Greetings, co-laborers in the harvest. It is quite astonishing that we work with God, but God works without us. Fortunately, He works within us as well. As the Apostle Paul says in Colossians 1:29, we strive with all the energy that He works inside us. This question is from West Africa, that powerful and greatly blessed place in terms of spiritual life and evangelism, and yet much needy in terms of economics. Here's the question. If your closest collaborator, who has been entrusted with the finances of the church, because we deemed him faithful, has been unfaithful with church finances, what should be done to him? It's a long question, but then here he goes on and says, should I handle this just between him and myself, or should I let the leadership know? And if I expose the leadership and even the church, then it'll have an adverse effect on the church. But if I don't expose him, I feel I'm protecting him in his sin. Great question. I have a sympathy for this because unfortunately this happens all the time. I've just been in Psalm 102, which is a psalm for public leadership, especially with the people of God. And there, the psalmist says that he is not going to look away from any corruption of any sort. Financial corruption, ethical corruption, moral corruption. So one, you cannot look away from it. I want to commend you for having caught this person in this situation. Second, should you disclose it to the leadership? I would say yes, because a public sin has public consequences. Whether you should disclose it to the church, you and your leaders need to come together on this. For example, if it's the congregation's finances which have been severely affected and stolen, then you'll have to bring this at least to your leadership, and together with the leadership, humbly bring it to the church. So should you cover this man's sin? The answer is no. And really, you're engaging in his overall development into the future. Don't think about just what happens next Sunday. Think about it the next year, next 3 years, next 5 years. And you will be respected as a result, as one who stands for righteousness, Pastor. I know that this young man is going to be marrying a spiritual daughter of yours. I would significantly caution that spiritual daughter to wait till this man has a change in attitude and priorities as well as habits. I'm grateful for the questions that you've sent. The usual questions of Bible and theology, I think you can go to many sources to find the answers. But the ones which need a bit of wisdom and experience and discernment are the ones I'm attempting to answer. And I hope that you'll keep sending us these questions. It's better for us to be able to process them, prepare for them, and then present them. And actually, we'd love to see your face more than you would like to see mine. Thank you for being my friend.